Morning, children. Today, I am taking class for ninth standard. Dear children, in children life, in childhood days, everyone likes sports, games. You are happily spend your childhood days. In childhood, ನಲಿ ಕಲಿ ಆಟದಿಂದ ಪಾಠ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹಾಗೆ so many games you know, so many games you like. In this lesson, you know about a cricket player. So many cricket players have, so many cricket players get a World Cup, our country, you know about. So many students also like cricket, I think. Here we learn about, we are discuss about a cricket player, Kapil Dev. Kapil Dev, you know, children? Kapil Dev, his full name, Kapil Dev Ramlal Nikhanji. His full name, Kapil Dev Ramlal Nikhanji. He was born on 6th January 1959 in Chandigarh. He was born on 6th January 1959 in Chandigarh. This lesson, My Beginnings, you know the lesson My Beginnings, this lesson taken from his autobiography, Kapil Dev's autobiography, that is straight from the heart, his autobiography. Kapil Dev Ramlal Nikhanji is the full name of Kapil Dev. He was born on 6 January 1959 in Chandigarh. He was one of the greatest all-rounders in the games of cricket during his captaincy. Indian cricket team won the 1983 World Cup. In his autobiography, Straight from the Heart, Kapil narrates his childhood experience. His childhood experiences, he only express his childhood experiences in the autobiography, Straight from the Heart, My Beginnings, taken by that autobiography. Dear children, open your textbook, see the textbook carefully. One extract have there about Mahatma Gandhi. Another extract have there Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography. This small extract taken from Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, I will read. When I was in the 7th standard, Dorabji Edulji Jimmy was the headmaster. When the Gandhiji was in 7th standard, headmaster named Dorabji Edulji Jimmy was the headmaster. He was popular among the boys. Who was popular among the boys? Gandhiji was popular among all the boys as he was a disciplinarian. He was a disciplinarian, a man of method and good teacher. Mahatma Gandhi's teacher was a good teacher. He had made gymnastics and cricket compulsory for boys of the upper standards. His master, Dorabji Edulji Jimmy, he was a disciplinarian. He method of good teacher. He had made a gymnastic. Gymnastic means practice for the sports, practice for the competition. Gymnastics and cricket. Gymnastic and cricket, both compulsory for the boys for higher standard, upper standard, high school, secondary form. Both are gymnastic and cricket are very important for a high school session. He disliked both, but Gandhiji disliked both. He don't have interest gymnastic or cricket. I never took part in any exercise. He don't made any exercise, cricket or football, before they were made compulsory. Before they made compulsory, until you don't have practice, you don't have interest, then my shyness was one of the reason for this aloofness. Always he was shyness. He don't want to interest. He was alone, aloofness, alone, individually. He was an individual always, which I now see was wrong. This is wrong. When he was in childhood days, he don't have interest in sports. Then he grown up. Then he realized that it is a wrong method. I then had a false notion that gymnastic had nothing to do with education. False notion, false thinking. Gymnastic is not. Gymnastic had nothing to with education, nothing to do with education. He think like that. But today, Gandhiji no. Today I know that physical training should have as much as place in the curriculum as mental training. How much curriculum was very important. We give very much attention for a curriculum syllabus in writing exam. So like that, the that that much that much of gymnastic or sports also, that much place curriculum as mental training or physical training. Now, sweetie, sit with your partner and discuss about the Gandhiji and very curriculum and sports are both important. You are discuss with your friends. Now, we are learn about the cricket player. He brought a World Cup to our country once. That fellow Kapil Dev, we are discussing about Kapil Dev. We know about him, his autobiography. How was his childhood days? Dear children, see the textbook. Looking back at my life, I have come to the conclusion that our beginnings never know our ends. Kapil Dev says, looking back at my life, I have come to conclusion that our beginnings never know our ends. Our beginnings, I know our ends. He thought like that. For me, it all started in Chandigarh. His boyhood days, growing in his native place, Chandigarh, near Himalaya, a small town nestling in the foothills of the Himalayas. Nestling, nestling in the foothills of the Himalayas. Chandigarh, near Himalaya. I was born on a cold winter morning. Kapil Dev was born on cold winter morning. His mother, who is a simple woman, his mother, Kapil Dev's mother was a simple woman, could not read the time. She don't know. She was not a literacy. She was an illiterate person. Time. She knew it was early in the morning. She gave a birth to Kapil Dev. It was morning, that much only no. She doesn't know about date, time. The date 6 January 1959 was thankfully recorded because a cousin of mine was born on the same day. Because we know about 6 January 1959 was a born date of Kapil Dev, how can we know his cousin was born on the same day? That's why we are remember his mother doesn't know she was a illiterate around the same time and with the same name. Both are same time and same name. I grew up among six other brothers and sisters. He have a he grew up in six other brothers and sisters. Already six brothers and sisters all older than I. He was a youngster. Everyone elder, his elder brothers and sister have. One sister, except one sister, younger sister, have who was a year younger, 1 year younger, sister have. My mother always regales me with the tales of my naughty behavior. Kapil Dev's mother always regales, always tell a tales means story about naughty behaviors of Kapil Dev. She claims she never managed to control me now. She couldn't manage his naughty behavior. control me now. But I do admit that right from the very beginning. I do admit that right from the very beginning. I found it hard to still. It is very difficult to his mother. He is a very naughty, mischievous, spend his time in childhood days making mischievous. That's difficult to his mother, hard to his mother. I was very curious. It was my ambition. He had a ambition. What was his ambition? Travel around the world. Travel around the world and drive a Mercedes-Benz car. He have a dream. He have a ambition. The ambition is travel around the world, drive a Mercedes-Benz. That a car. He travel around the world, Mercedes-Benz car. God has been kind to him, and both his wishes have been fulfilled. Both his wishes have fulfilled. Comes true. But at that time, 25 years ago, already 25 years ago, when he had a dream in childhood, after 25 years, he fulfilled his dream. Dear children, how can he fulfill his dream? Make a hard work. He have a dream. How can it fulfill? He perseverance, effort, then practice, then he fulfill his dream. These dreams seemed like castles in the air. Before 25 years, when he was child, when he was in boyhood days, he have a dream. Before 25 years, that dream have a castles in the air. It comes true or not, we don't know. In 25 years ago, but now, after 25 years, his dream, his ambition comes true. It's come fulfilled. I spent my childhood like all. I spent my childhood like all the other children around me, trying to bunk school and save up enough money to go to a new movie or have a plate of chicken chow mein with my friends. How could he spend his childhood days? He telling himself he spent his childhood like all the other children around me. He around the children around his friends trying to bunk school. They bunk the school. They don't want to go to school regularly. Bunk the school and save up enough money. They have some money. They have some money. They will go new movie and have a plate of chicken chow mein with my friends. With his friends also, Kapil Dev and his friends went to a movie and hotel. If we were very broke or bored, when they were bored, they went to movie. We would amuse ourselves, enjoy ourselves, amuse. They have enjoyed their childhood days, ourselves, by breaking the fruit of our neighbor's tree. And also, not only went to movie, they are spending their childhood days, they are breaking the fruits, they are pluck the fruits, neighbors tree. I remember one particular lady, one story he have remembered and explained in his autobiography. One lady have a neighbor, particular lady who lived down the road from us, who had a beautiful garden. She had a beautiful garden which she took great pride. I have a garden. She pride herself in it. She had papaya and pomegranate trees. Both trees have their papaya and pomegranate. Do you know, children? Papaya and pomegranate trees. She had a pride herself. In fact, days, but in those days, most of our time was spent planning. They are planning, Kapil Dev and his friends made a plan how to get into her garden, pick the fruits of the class, pick the fruits of the trees. In fact, one day we had climbed over the wall and were perched on the tree when the lady walked out with some guest. When the lady walked out in the garden, some guests have she sitting under the trees, papaya and pomegranate trees have there in the garden. The guest have she walking and she comes to the garden. She was entertaining them for tea right under the papaya tree. She entertaining with the guest. She communicate, she conversation, she share everything with her guest in garden. In the garden, entertaining to tea right under the papaya tree. There were two of us on the tree and two others on the road on the other side of the wall. Kapildev and his friends, two others on the wall and two others on the road. The two fortunate ones who had been outside ran away, who are standing on the roadside, they are gone away. But my friend and I had Kapildev and friend both are sit still for nearly 2 hours till the tea party ended. They are already climbed the papaya tree. No, children, Kapil Dev and his friend are sat on the tree, papaya tree, until 2 hours. Tea party ended. Until tea party ended. That was the day I discovered the rash. That was the day. What was the taste of the papaya? That papaya sap can cause. The papaya cause the papaya so taste sap can cause it that when he spent the 2 hours on the tree. We will go next para children. I had a hard time explaining another incident. The Kapil Dev introduced himself, his boyhood days, another incident. He had a hard time explaining it to my mother, but I got even the next day when our neighbor went to Delhi for a couple of days. She had 92 pomegranates. Next day, they are planning how can we pluck the pomegranate fruits by the tree. They are planning no, dear children. When the lady went to Delhi, even the next day, our neighbor means that lady went to Delhi for a couple of days, 1 or 2 days, couple of days. She had 92 pomegranates in the tree. 92 pomegranates have. She counted tree her garden. She counted them every day. She counted them every day. One, two, three, four, like that. 92 pomegranates have there. She counted every day. Because why she counted every day? Because so many children pluck that fruits. She know. She knew we were up to mischief. She know about Kapil Dev and his friends make a mischievous. As soon as her back was turned, when she back turned, we took down all 92. When she back, before Kapil Dev and his friends all are gathered and plucked that fruits, 92 fruits. The tree was empty. Ate everywhere, couldn't distributed the rest. Distributed. They want eat remaining fruits, they are distributed. I remember the walloping I got from my mother. Walloping means beat. Then beat his mother when she was told about it on the neighbor's return. When she came back from Delhi, she told Kapil Dev's mother, she told, your son was making mischief. He plucked every fruit from our pomegranate trees. Then Kapil Dev's mother beat him. That very lady with great pride and affection, when she love and affection with the plant, she grew, she look after, she care that plant affection. Tells anyone who cares to listen how I had taken 92 pomegranates from her garden and left the seeds behind. Doesn't left at least one for seeds. He plucked everyone 92 pomegranates. The other really naughty thing, another incident, another naughty behavior, the other near really naughty thing I remember doing is riding the police horses that were left in the huge open green areas graze. The police horses are for grazing in the open green areas. A few of my friends and I would go there regularly. Kapil and his Friends go regularly riding them. The police horses, they want to ride them, riding them. There were huge police horses, not common horses. Police horses have strength. They have strengthened the police, huge police horses, biggest, huge police horses, not used to clumsy children scrambling on them. Common people don't ride that horses, children scrambling on them. But despite innumerable falls, innumerable, not count, so many times he was fell down by horse riding. So many fright, terrible falling. I learned to ride and control a horse, but he have a hope, he have a confident. I ride properly, he have a confident, comfortable without a saddle, as that was the way. Saddle means we have a we you know about the horse control themselves, the rope have their no, that is saddle, as that the way. I had taught myself to ride once we had learned to master the horse. He have a master ride the horse. I became particularly attached attached to with the that horses. We became more courageous. He have a courageous person. Huge horses you ride he ride a huge horses, no, we know he have a courageous. Ventured out of the fenced area, ventured fenced area with the horses. Nobody would have noticed it except for the fact that I bit off more than I could chew. Adventurous, this is the really, this is adventure we telling about him. I decided to take the horse home and house. He want to bring the horse his home, he home, our back garden, which was about 700 square feet in size. Back garden have there in his house. He bring a horse in his home. The horse could probably have been tethered there. Tether means not KNOT, not by the rope. But I hadn't anticipated the struggle I would, but not expectation. He have done that job. He have done expectation in getting the animal through the tiny 5 or off foot by 2 foot doorway. That we are caught within minutes for arrival. When they did the job, they have bring the horse in his home in the back garden. They are not tethered it in then before before minute arrival. The horse, of course, was duly returned and hiding. They are hiding. When someone came, no, they are hiding. I received from my father, his father not encouraging him that type of deeds. Father discouraged his venturing. His father doesn't like this type of deeds. Near the gazing field again, then they release the horses to the grazing for fields. I was never very studious and always preferred to spend my time playing games and participating in athletics where I could use up my energy. He have spent his time not interest in studies, always preferred to spend his time playing games. He don't have interest in studies, always he want to playing games and participating in the athletics, individual games, not group games. You children, you know, athletics, where I could use up my energy. He want to athletics. The games they offered at that time were basketball, football, table tennis, and hockey. Probably because all they required was a ball, a couple of sticks, and a net. Couple of sticks and net have, they are playing. Kapil and his friends are playing games. They offered the games basketball, football, table tennis, hockey, probably because all they required as a ball, a couple of sticks, and a net. I was fairly good at all games. He was good at all games, exceptionally not, it's not a common, especially good at athletics, but dreamed of becoming a footballer. He have a dream. He will become a footballer. I worked hard at that game and was selected to play for my school. In the school, he was selected. He was selected. I worked hard that game and was selected to play for my school. Fortunately, all my friends were interested and played cricket. He don't have interest in cricket. He was interested in football. But his friends were interested in playing cricket. They convinced him. His friends convinced Kapil Dev me change my game. Then he changed his mind, changed his game. That is a decision I will always be grateful to them. Now he was a great cricket player. He got prizes, so many awards and prizes, World Cups. Then he will thankful to his friends. They unconsciously introduced me to the game for which I was made. And introduced me to the game for which I was made. His friends only convince him, then he will become a great player. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, unknown. He doesn't know. Unfortunately, almost slowly, almost he imperceptibly. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know how will he become a cricket player. He doesn't know. I switched from one game to the other and began to spend a lot of my time on the cricket field. He doesn't know. How can I like football, but how can I play cricket? He doesn't know in that field. Naturally, I played in a number of inter schools tournaments and came to be noticed as a promising lad in the local press. He was a great player. He was a promising lad, good sportsman. He took a name, good sportsman in local press everywhere. But it was all merely fun to start with. I could never have imagined. I could never have imagined where cricket would lead me. The cricket led me this high level, international level. He doesn't imagine. I certainly had no plans. He don't have any ideas, don't have any plans then to become a professional at all. Professional at all. That cricket is a professional to him. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He will become a great cricket player. Dear children, you know about Kapil Dev in this lesson. My beginnings. How was he spent his childhood days? How he become a great mm, cricket player and professional. That cricket is a professional in his life. In his life, professional. So, dear children, not only curriculum, not only studies, and sports also very important as like curriculum we know in this lesson. Thank you, children.